Hello, this is Ross from Oikos. Hopefully you saw our first screencast, which gave an overview of WordPress and just introduced you to the system. And this second screencast, lesson 2, is going to give you a quick tour of the WordPress dashboard and explain the difference between posts and pages. And we'll just create a quick post and page and show you the difference between those two different things. So I'm on my new site that we saw in lesson 1, and I'm just going to go to my address bar and put in WP admin, which is where we go to log in, and I'm going to use my Oikos demo username and password, and I'm going to log in, and that will show us the WordPress dashboard. Now, just to point out a few key areas and key things about the WordPress dashboard before we have a good look around. At the top there is a new feature which came into WordPress in version 3.1 called the admin bar. If you're running an earlier version you may not see this, but the admin bar appears when you log in and gives you quick access to a number of different parts of the dashboard, so I can add new posts and pages, look at comments, and do a couple of things with changing the appearance. You can also easily go to edit my profile, which is where we went to change our password in lesson 1, quickly get to the dashboard and quickly log out. The admin bar does other things as well, depending on how your WordPress system is set up. And one thing to note is that if I go to the website itself, if I go to here, you'll see that if I'm logged in, this bar continues to be at the top when I'm looking around the website as well. If I log out, that bar will disappear, and any visitors that come to your site won't see that bar either, unless they're people who are able to log in. So yeah, that's the admin bar. Another important thing to note is that WordPress has lots of different sections in the dashboard, so these quick press and recent drafts and recent comments and right now sections, and it may be that you don't need to see all of those, or it may be that there are additional sections that you do want to be able to see, and to do that there's this little option over here called screen options, and if I click screen options it gives me different things that I can see on the WordPress dashboard. So I might decide I want to add this incoming links section, so I click that. I can actually turn all of these off, and you'll see as I untick them they all disappear, and as I retick them they turn back on. So we'll add in those first 5, and I'll close my screen options, so we can see now I've got the incoming links section. I can also drag and drop these around, so I can change the places where they appear, just as easy as dragging them with my mouse. And these little arrows at the side allow me to toggle them open and closed, so if I've got a busy dashboard I can tidy it up a bit. So that enables you to create a dashboard which really suits how you use the WordPress system. And screen options is important in other parts of the dashboard as well. When you're editing posts and pages, there are different parts of the screen that you can turn on and off, so just bear that in mind. Over on the left hand side, this is where everything really happens in WordPress. This is the menu. You'll see these little arrows allow us to open and close sections, and it's important to note as well that not every WordPress dashboard looks the same and has the same options. So there may be specific parts of your theme which enable new menu options, or there may be plugins or other things which add and change the content of this menu. There are also different types of user, so if you're a user that has less rights or privileges within the WordPress system, then you may not see all of the stuff in the menu bar. So because I'm an administrator I can see everything, but if I was just a contributor then I would probably only see the posts, media, pages sections at the top. So that's the dashboard. I'm going to quickly explain the core or the key WordPress concepts of posts and pages. WordPress, as I said in lesson 1, grew out of blogging software, and so there's this concept of a post And posts are intended to be displayed in a sort of reverse chronological order. So the newest post is at the top, and it's like a diary or a journal. So the latest news is always the first thing that someone comes to your site sees. And in this setup that's straight out of the box, the home page that we're looking at displays this hello world, and hello world is our first post. And what I'm going to do is just very quickly go in and add a new post so that you can see how that happens. Lots of different ways to add a post. We can do it from the admin bar. We can add a new post up there. There's a new post button over here, which also has some different things I can do in that drop down. Or in the post section of the menu, I can go to add new posts. So I'll just click on that for now. Let that screen load up. I'll talk about the new post and new page screens and the editor in more detail at a later date. But for now, I'm just going to type in new post, and this is the title area, so this will be the title of our post. And then this is the editing section where we put the content of our post. So I will just type, this is a new post. And then over on the right hand side, this box at the top here allows us to publish and preview or save as a draft and change various settings about the publishing of our new post. I'm simply going to click publish and publish it. So I get my little yellow note at the top that says what just happened. It says post published. I won't click the view post link, though that does work. I'm going to just go to our site and click on the home page, which will refresh the page, and you'll see our new post has appeared at the top, and that's above the hello world post. So because it's newer, it's appeared higher up in the list. So posts will appear in groups, in lists of posts, and they'll appear in that chronological way. There are other ways in which you can view posts from the archives, which show you historical posts from a particular month, or you can categorize them or group them using tags as well. So there's lots of ways that you can see your posts. I'm going to go back to the dashboard and talk about pages. Pages are not intended to be displayed in groups or chronologically. A page is something that is just a page of content, and pages are usually for information which doesn't change very often and which is always in the same place. So I'm going to go and add a new page. Again, there's multiple ways to do that. I can do it from the drop down here, new page is up there. I can do it from my admin bar, add new page, or I can do it from the pages section. So I'm going to click add new page. And every site always has an About Us page, doesn't it? So let's add an About Us page. I'll just say we are Oikos. And again, I'll come back and look at what we can do in the editor in a later lesson. So let's just create that page and publish that. So what does that look like on the site? Well, if I go, wait for that to publish, there it is, it's published. And if I go to the site now, and if I do a refresh of the page, you'll see that it's put the About Us link, automatically put that into the menu bar. So that will be my new page. It's not appeared in our list of posts here. It's kept completely separate from those. And if I click on About Us, you'll see that just appears as a simple page all by itself, with the title and the content there. So that's the difference between posts and pages. And pages are what allow us to use WordPress to create a website for a business or a community, and posts are what allow us to use WordPress for a blog or a journal or diary. You can also combine the two, so you can have a website which has a news section, which has posts on it, which do appear chronologically, and quite a lot of companies now do that to announce things rather than having, or as well as having press releases. They will put stuff on their website in a news section. You'll see cleverly that the recent post widget on the right hand side is updated as well to include our new post in there, so that's all automatically taken care of for you. So that's posts and pages. come back next time and we'll take a look around the editor and how we can make our posts and pages look nice. Thanks for listening.